Mic tests. Great, it's working. Music tests. Working. Perfect. Welcome in. Yo, 55 months. Thank you, Brian. Good to see you. Manao Sangridigo. Welcome in. Normaal Hein, Ben de Bowler. Nickname. Trent Lucas, finally live. I am not muted. I can I can see the bar going up. I'm sorry I didn't go live for the watch party, Trent. I was busy helping Kemkoop. I was actually planning on going live as soon as Kemkoop got knocked out. But then he didn't get knocked out, so, well, not until the grand finals at least. What's up, Chester? Thomas, welcome in. Where do you see the update? An excellent question. I'll put the link here. Welcome in, Zibit. Where do I even put this? If I put this here, I can't see YouTube. Well, I can cover my face, I guess, for myself. Tom, I didn't even start yet. What timing? Did you go through updates yet, Tom? Because I saw they were 30 minutes ago, but I was busy doing killing Absol Zaire. You did? Okay. I just started, so let's take a look. Go Bow League Delightful Days update. Well, this has to be wonderful. Let's go straight into... It's going to start on June 3rd. Makes sense, because that's going to be after Bologna. What's up, Fabio? Welcome in. We're going to have Grey League and Sunshine Cup. Great. Ultra League and Fossil Cup. A Grey League edition. Okay, we have a Grey League there. We have a Master League and an Ultra League rotation. Okay, that's there. It's there. Great League and Element Cup. Dang it! Little Cup is back! Oh, Ross happy again. Ultra League, Hisui Cup, okay, that's good. Master League and a Grey League Cup, great. Grey League and Fossil Cup, okay, Ultra League. 2 Ultra Leagues, so. And of course, everyone wants Catch Cup, right? I wonder if there's... I guess they're actually... I am not a Catch Cup enjoyer, okay? But I found from my locals that there are definitely people enjoying Catch Cup. So that's there, I guess. And it's going to be until September 2. So this season will cover as well NAIC and Worlds. The events! Delightful Days will be from Friday to Sunday, August. That is during Worlds. Great. So if you go to Worlds, this is probably not as applicable to you. There will be 20 sets a day again. Perfect. For those who do not have the disease to do their sets per se. For the others who do really want to do all their sets every day, this is unfortunate. But I do like that this is near the end of the season. Is this also during when we have all leagues? Because that's what I missed this time. It is. That is perfect. Okay, now that is good. What's up, Highest? Pablo Sanjus. Catch Cup is super nice for new players. Yeah, so I like a few of my locals are like, yeah, I like Catch Cup because I do have those better Pokemon and I have an advantage over others. That's basically what I get from it. But the thing is, if everyone does that, then no one has an advantage, right? A birds only co. We did a flying co at some point. Okay. Delightful Days rewards. Do we get anything cool? We get a Dreepy in there now. Did we have Dreepy in GBL rewards yet? I don't think so, right? Times research pass. Yeah, we did. We did? Oh. Okay, well, it's still there. Ah, the posts! What is this? Their cap? Are they waving their cap or something? By a powerful battle tower battler, Leon. Is Leon the thing? Why do we care about anything that's not new? Because I haven't gone through the nickname. Come on. You may have been already going on for 30 minutes in it. I haven't. I was busy killing the Absol Zaire, okay? I'm just scrolling through it real quick. Charizard's not allowed? Interesting. Very meta Pokemon. Anything interesting here? No. Alright, happy now nickname. What is this jump love hate? Marto, you came in at the perfect time. Because I do think that this is a jump love nerf. And also... I wouldn't say a Mud Slap buff, because Bite is still a thing, but Poison and Steel being better is a thing. Okay. What is this? Something else. Nothing here. Let's put beef poke here. Ember. So what is Ember right now? And I'm already gonna start with something exciting here, okay? This is Ember right now. 3.5 damage per turn and 3 energy per turn. I think it will likely be this. Poison Jab clone. Good clone by Zibit here. That will affect Zard. I do think it will affect Zard. I don't think Zard comes back just immediately. Not... Oh, that's the wrong one. I need... You know what? Let's make another tap with this, actually. Ninetales has that. Ninetales is one, for sure. This is why Zard is banned. I still don't think Zard's going to be OP. Okay. Guys, I want to bring out the... Whoa, camera was great. The thing that I like the most. Okay, so it's going to affect Zard, of course. I don't think Zard becomes meta just right away because water is still very prevalent, right? No, it's not Ember. What's it called again? Let's open another tab. It's Pick Knight. That's the one. Belly Bolt? Yeah, Belly Bolt is one of them. Henry. But Belly Bolt's also walled easily, so I'm not too concerned about Belly Bolt just yet. You pick your ground type, you wall its energy. Wait, it does have... Oh, dang it. I thought it had Body Slam. Okay, maybe it's not as good as I thought it would be. But Ember plus Rock Tomb. I like this combination. I caught a rank 1 Pick Knight the other day. This is a hidden gem, I think. But 50 energy charge stacks might be a little bit too expensive to make it work. Is Ember preferable to Incinerate? Absolutely not. Except if you hate 5-turn fast stacks. Incinerate is better in both energy and damage. There's no move as good as Incinerate. 4 and 4. What else had Ember? That you might like. Fletchinder or something? I have a rank 1 of that as well. Fletchinder. Ember, Fly, Aerial Ace. I don't think you ever runs over Talonflame, do you? Larvesta, Litleo is interesting. What's up, Ambion? K9, yeah, K9 is definitely one of them because now, if it is 7 energy per Ember, it means that you only need 10 turns to get to a Weather Ball. The thing is, what moves do you run on this, right? Do you want Psyshock for poisons? Or Overheat as a nuke attack? Or Scorching Sense for the mirror? There's a lot of attacks. I don't think you see it on my overlay if I open it, right? This menu. You don't. But the attacks it has, so Weather Ball Fire, Fire Blast, Legacy, Flamethrower, not exciting. Heatwave, not exciting. Overheat is one of them. Psyshock, Solar Beam, oh yeah, Solar Beam, of course. Scorching Sense, Solar Beam, Weather Ball Fire, Scorching Sense, yeah, you're right. Maybe, do you even run Psyshock? What is their current meta? Of course it's gonna change, but what would you want? I guess for fighting, but that almost dies to Weather Ball anyway. You don't really need Psyshock for anything, right? You can run Scorching Sense for that. Yeah, maybe Psyshock for Malamar, bro. Any problem with my connection? My connection looks great, actually. My cargo's not gonna want it. Is Magmar something? I think you still want to keep Karate Chop on this, right? Fire Punch plus Scorching Sense. Ninetales just does this better. It's better bulk as well. K9. Yeah, decent bulk here. K9 might be something. Pick Knight's not as good as I thought I was hoping it would be. So Zard, K9. Is there anything else that significantly is impacted? Sizzly has an interesting moveset. I just don't think it's really has a grasp, but like... Oh wait, it's the other one. Scorch. Scorch? Lunge and Crunch. Actually a pretty cool moveset, I think. But I don't know if this is very workable. Especially Fire and Bug is a kind of bad combination of defensive typing, right? Weak to water. Bug cancels out the fire resistance. Scorch is actually not bad. I think its defensive typing is bad. Right? Because you lose to opposing fire types. You lose to water types. That's already a lot, right? That's already a lot. Crunch got nerfed, of course, but it's still got the coverage stack you want on this Pokemon. The other one's Bug Buzz or Heat Wave. You still want Crunch on this Pokemon if you were to run it. Yeah. Oh, Hisuian Typhlosion. I've actually looked into that before. Hisuian Typhlosion. Oh, whoa. This is way more fresh than I thought. Never mind. Typhlosion buff? Yeah, I really need a buff. This also has Wild Charge, actually. Hisuian, but I think you've still run Hex on this. Okay, so Ember, short story. It's mostly Zard and K9. I think the other ones don't really become more significantly better with Ember. Center scores maybe, but definitely not meta. But Fire is going to be needed. And here's why. Because Bug Bite's buffed, Fury Cutter's buffed, Steel is buffed. It's mostly these two. You can kind of ignore these. I think these are kind of insignificant. Wait, did I not put the link in the chat? There it is. In. How do you feel about the Armaldo update? Armaldo! Fury Cutter Rock Blast Liquidation. Can we give this Aqua Jet? That'd be sick. 1700 stat product is actually better than I thought. I'm not sure if this is going to be a great one here for Reed, but Rock Blast is coverage, I guess. I think you're terrible in steel types with this, so not my favorite. Not my favorite for sure. Bug Bite is also a big one, a very big one. But this is the thing, right? Because we have a lot of fire. This is what I'm kind of afraid of, chat. Oh, you have 8 missed messages. This better be Farid yapping about Moveset Updates. No, it's something else. Okay. This is what I'm concerned about, right? Bug and Steel buffs. Okay, a thing. Jump Love, Nerf, the best thing ever. But that means if there's more Bug and Steel in the meta, we get more fire. If we get more fire in the meta, we get more water. Water is already such a freaking dominant water, defensive typing. I hate water, really. It is too good as a defensive typing. And you kind of get that triangle, right? Is there a triangle actually? What's going to counter the water types? Because this makes grass unplayable. Wait, what counts the water types? Belly Bolt, yeah. What counts the water types in this meta? Wait, Araquanid. Yeah, I guess, but Araquanid still kind of loses to fire types. Maybe Araquanid is kind of that niche Pokemon between water and fire type Pokemon. Araquanid could be sick. Araquanid could be very sick. And I love this because it's Degen. Right? We like Degen Pokemon on this stream. You can run Bubble Beam. I would run Water Pulse probably. Maybe you run Bug Buzz for the mirror, but maybe you just go straight freaking... I don't know how to change, if you can change a thing on this. Maybe you can do it with a custom-made thing. And Pot, of course, is also the same story, by the way. Well, what if you go straight ball beam and this baiting off? Do we win? This is with a 3-turn fast attack. You only need bubble beam. you don't need Bug Buzz. Okay. Golai Spot, of course, a big one. Araquanid, of course, but Golai Spot also, of course, pretty big. It's gonna do a little bit worse into steel types, I feel like, because the main steel type I think you're gonna see around is Scissor. It has such a good coverage moveset here. You can run Night Slash, Trailblaze, and or X Scissor. They're all good. And Bullet Punch now. It's gonna be a counter clone. Bullet Punch is gonna be very good. Right? Sorry, going a little bit all over the place. At this point, I think I guess I go per Pokemon rather than per move. But right now, it's 3 damage per turn and 3.5 energy per turn for Bullet Punch. This is gonna go to 8 power per fast attack, so that means it's 3.5, which is sick. Now, what has Bullet Punch? That's mostly shitty Pokemon, but also, well, there's Metagross, but there's also, yeah, it's Scissor and Metagross mostly. Maybe you want to run Lucario? I don't think so. But it's definitely huge for scissor. Is there anything else I got? Bullet punch? No, right? It's just metal sounds. Bullets punch. No, it's only that. Okay. Martinez said sick in the last 4 times in the last 10 minutes because he's desperate to sound more British. British. Yeah. This is more Farid yapping in my DMs about moveset updates. Just so much. Stop that. Bullet punch. Big for scissor. And I think with that, Scissor's not gonna run Fury Cutter, right? It's probably gonna run Bullet Punch. Cause this also kind of makes me afraid for this Pokemon right here because it double resists Steel. It defeats auto water types, defeat fire, and this Pokemon usually is no bueno for the meta. It's what I'm also kind of afraid of with Lantern. Of course, there's also going to be Mud Slappers. I think Gastrodon, maybe the main winner if Jumpluff goes a little bit away. All right, and we'll have other flyers as replacements. Bug Bite. Let's take a look at what else has Bug Bite here. Because I see in the chat, Escavalier is one of them. Beedrill? Wait, I didn't even know that. I thought it was just Infestation. Okay, Beedrill's going to have Poisoning and Bug Bite. This might be sick, actually, no? Could this be very degen? I like this. It's Legacy. Okay. Is it like Dead Legacy or ETM Legacy? It is... Do we think this will be sick? Okay, ETM. Perfect. What else is there? Sand Scorch again? Please stop talking about Moveset updates in my DM. Yes, very good, Henry. Thank you. Fortress scores a big one. I don't think I saw in chat Escavalier. I'm not an Escavalier believer because Bug is going to be resisted by a couple of Pokemon, and this is a good resistance, right? You're only weak to fire, but since your only coverage attack to fire is pretty expensive with Bug Bite, still 3 energy per turn. I don't think it's super valuable. And an Incinerate does like 50% damage. You will never get to it. you will never get 3 attacks off, that's for sure. Fortress, probably a big one, but again, charges slow. So that's the thing with Fortress. I think in some cases you might still want Volt Switch over Bug Bite just because it's less resisted by most things. The only thing that Bug Bite does for you is make you less weak to ground type. So that's nice for Fortress, I guess. Will it see play? Probably. Bug Bite's faster? No, it does more damage. It will not do more energy. Isn't Bullet Punch a Suck Punch clone? Yes, it's the old counter. Heatran, great buff. Don't think it matters a lot on Heatran. Leave any? I don't know. I think Shadow Claw's still a little bit more neutral. Bug Bite also gives Dark type cards, by the way, so that's also nice. Heatran, yeah, it's Jover for Nighttime Clasher. Low Kick still prefers Sucker Punch, I think, generally. Especially if other Pokemon are going to resist Bug. Leavely is going to be nice in restricted formats. I think it also gives Fortress a lot of flexibility, right? Between Bug Bite and Volt Switch. Anything else that's cool in here? Dude, why is that? Ledian, yes, that's the one. Ledian, dude. Ledian. Look at this stat product. This is... I'm not going to say this is going to go top meta right away. I think there's a lot for this. This is a great stat product. I think comparable to like Lantern. A little bit bulkier than Lantern. And then you have Dynamic Punch, a Size Strike clone. If Aries, I guess. But this might be a sick Pokemon. I think you need Area Ace for like the Mirror or other Bug-type Pokemon or something. This is going to be a sick Pokemon. Especially with Bug Bite doing way more damage. It already had counter, by the way. Which is not as good as it is right now. But I think you need also level 50 for this. Yeah, 13, 50, 15. So go get those Excel strainers. Let me see. Do I have a good one? I don't think I have this. Lediba. I have a Hundo. Dude, what rank's on though? Rank 10! I have the rank 10! Yo! Let's go. Perfect. I might just build that. I couldn't care less. I think this is a must-have. Ledian is gonna be so good. Guys, you know what this also means? Like a buck buff. That's what I want to say. Malamar, I think, is out. I think it's straight up out. Poison types do not look... I don't think poison types look bad per se, but if it's like Beedrill or Poison Sting and it gets energy elsewhere, X's are just one-shots you. Steel types, of course, they're not the worst for Malamar, but Psywave still is resisted, which might make some matchups a little bit iffy. But I think this thing's out. Shadow Malamar is going to be good for one tournament. Bologna will be the only tournament where Shadow Malamar might be something. And of course, we haven't gone through it yet, but Moltres Galarian gets Fly, which also will be a good counter to Malamar. So, I mean, that kind of is out, despite Fairy types, I think, are also going to be out. Because Tinkaton doesn't do great against most of these. Of course, resist Bug, but Fire types are a thing, and Steel types are just not really that great for Malamar in general either. I also think that Azumarill is going to struggle a lot with this. Maybe you want to run Hydra Azumarill if you're really addicted to it. But, yeah. I think Fairy types are taking a big hit here. Let's take a look at some more Bug Bite users. Anything else cool? I think Azumarill's buffed. Are you joking? Because I cannot tell. I did not get new socks. Buried. I'm not gonna do. Wait, is there a dummy spotlight? Is that so? Oh, for the. We're not doing that. Azumarill win routes. Maybe someone wants to take a bet on it. Pinsir. It's too fragile to make it work, right? Well, Pinsir does also have Fury Cutter, by the way. Bug Bite, Fury Cutter. It has both of these. But it's very fragile. 6 stat product. Guys, Bug Bite, Ledian, Fortress, Araquanid are all great winners here. Scolipede has Poison now as well. I don't think will be super impactful. Maybe for some restricted formats. Vespiquen also has Fury Cutter, right? And Poison Sting. Bug Bite, Fury Cutter, Poison Sting on Vespiquen. Has good bulk as well. And his Axis and Poison Power Gem. Ooh! Wait! Do keep in mind, rock types. Yo, Bug Catcher, let's go. Very applicable. Bug Catcher, listen. What bug do you run here? Ledian looks insane with its coverage, right? Both are bug and flying. But look at this. If you have Power Gem, you hit 70% on a Ledian. Wait, maybe this is the sauce. Maybe this is even better than Ledian. I don't know. I think both have played. Why not run both, actually? Discharge 40 energy. Yeah, it was since last season, yeah. Okay. Fortress, Vespiquen, Ledian. Was there another big one? And Araquanid. Bug flying being please. Oh, good stuff. Very nice. What? Chargebug also has that, right? Chargebug also has Bug Bite, by the way. I don't know if you want to run Volt Switch over Bug Bite, though. Gives you a little bit more power, I guess. I don't know. I think Volt Switch is still less resisted, generally. So maybe not. Wormadam is definitely a thing. It's very bulky. I just personally don't think there's much reason to run Wormadam over like Scissor. Just for the coverage of it. Wormadam's entire moveset is walled by all other steel types, and that's its problem, I think. Or Fortress, exactly. I think you run Scissor or Fortress over Wormadam anytime. It's definitely above. What would your signature goal celebration be? That's a great question. Ask me again later. Yeah, Wormadam is good, but I don't think you'll ever run it over that. Okay, Fury Cutter. Wait, This is gonna be probably 3 damage for energy per turn. Did it say? Yeah, it does. Okay, perfect. Warmer than has metal sound too, but it's also resisted by other steals, right? I think that's gonna what's holds back. Ah, yes, Aegis Slash. We're getting an Aegis Slash buff already before it's been released. Armaldo, like Farid said before, yeah, this is a terrific Rock Blast Liquidation. It's definitely unique coverage. But yeah, we thought of steals with this. I don't know. Maybe there's something for it. Maybe Farid says something I don't. I don't think this is the way. Wait, Dualt? Okay, I have a good rank. Aquato actually is an interesting moveset, for sure. Water pools. Okay. That's something. But would you run this over Samurott? Isn't Samurott like almost the same? Okay, Dual has a little bit more bulk. But Samurott has Fury Cutter, Hydro Cannon, and Mega Horn. Yeah. Well, I don't think you need to beat Ozma anymore, because it's probably not going to be around as much anymore in the next season, I think. Do you think that's sick, Farid? Crustle, yo. I don't like this Pokemon. At the same time as Armaldo, but Armaldo's cooler. What's bulkier? Definitely Crustle, right? Yeah, well, Crussle's around. Also, entirely walled by steel types. Gligar is definitely a thing. Gliscor, does Gliscor have Fury Cutter? I think it does, right? It does. Gliscor also have Fury Cutter. I don't know. I saw people saying Gligar's back. I don't know, because Dig is bad, right? You're still gonna struggle with steel types, I feel like. No? I think you're still gonna struggle with steel types with Gligar, kind of. Unless they cannot hit you or something. I'm not too convinced by Gligar, nor Gliscor. Oh, you're right, Free. We'll get to that soon, Trade. I personally, I don't think so, but I could be wrong. Farfetched for the Spice Lords. Yeah, Galarian is there too, I guess. Galvantula is going to be faster. Yeah, check Big Knight. Yes, that's Rock Tomb, but it doesn't have a cheap fast stack. Galvantula, I don't know. Also very fragile. If you're gonna go again, it's gonna be walled by a lot of Pokemon. So I don't know if you. I think you still prefer Volt Switch on Galvantula, right? It only helps you. Like, you only pick Fury Cutter or Bug Bite for both Fortress, Charjabug, and Galv if you want to cover better against ground types. Because I think Volt Switch is just going to be better into everything else. Genesect buff for Masters, great. I like that. Not going to go too much into it, but I like it. Genesect is one of my favorite Pokemon for Master League. If you ever play me in Master League, maybe consider Ho-Oh, even though it's like the worst Show 6 Pokemon for Master League. Because I love this Pokemon. Because like restricted formats always let you pick any of these. I have all of these, so it's perfect. We just went over these. Golisopod, like we said earlier in the stream, looking great, I think. You probably want to run Fury Cutter over Shadow Claw now, because it's going to do more damage. They do equal damage, I believe, now. No, actually, Shadow Claw is a little bit more still. Ah, Cricketune! Ah! I think, do you level 50 of this? Can I bring this to my next regional? Level 40. Great. Not really. Pawnyard is a buff. Are there gonna be many fighting type Pokemon? The thing is, Dark type kind of holds it back here, right? It's Steel and Dark, which means that Bug is neutral into it. I feel like it kind of holds it back. Sceptile is something... Definitely needs a better fast attack, because anything paired with Leaf Blade can be wicked. Notice how I did say sick there. I think Fury Cutter Gligar is better than Wing Attack Gligar. I just don't think Gligar is gonna make it with Dig. I think Dig is just... Yeah, viable at most. Viable at most. But I think you will still struggle with Steel types if they don't deal resisted damage back. What are Lorantis? Great question. Lorantis is kind of the same boat as Sceptile, right? Except, well, actually, no, they're both grass. They both have will have Fury Cutter and Leaf Blade, but they're also both very fragile. And again, I'm not sure I think Lurantis might be a little bit more playable because superpower, but there's gonna be more steel types and other bug type Pokemon. And it's like your charge decks are just resisted with Leaf Blade. They even run a freaking Leaf Storm because resisted damage still will do a lot. But yeah, I'm not too convinced. I'm not too convinced by Lurantis and Sceptile. Because I feel like a lot of what they will run is resisted on most fit. Earthquake coverage is really nice on Sceptile though. That is what I do like. Breaking Swipe is cool to have, but I think Earthquake could help against Steel type and Poisons as well, I guess. And it might not be resistant to some of the electric bug types. I don't know. What Steel types? Excellent question. Let us go to the Steel types. One of them, of course, Scissor. Yeah, you're right. Metal and Bronze don't resist Fury Cutter. Start with Bullet Punch we already checked. Metal Sound, right? We saw a few Pokemon that have it now. Metal Sound's gonna be the same as Powder Snow. It is Metal Sound right now, pretty bad. But it's gonna do 1 full more damage. Meaning that it will be this. So that's nice. Will it be better for a lot of Pokemon? We'll see. Bronzong could make use of it. Confusion is really slow, right? Has a unique type to it. I think... Was it... I think these are kind of bad. Kling Clang and stuff. What's the evolution again? Kling... Is this the final form? I don't know. But they have like Thundershock, Metal Sounds, Mirror Shot, Zapcan. It's like your pseudo-electric type. And Walt and Tiny Background. Well... Mirror Shot, maybe not. A Flash Cannon, but still no bueno. Magnezone is an interesting one. Wormadon, yeah, just like I said earlier, is entirely resisted by Steel, so I'm not a fan. You never run Wormadon over Magnezone, not Magnezone, over Fortress and the other Steel bug we just named Scissor. Magnezone, if you run Metal Sounds, you are also, you don't counter other Steel types maybe as well. What is Steel? Steel does hit super effective on a lot, right? It hits super effective on Rock, Ice, Fairy. So Fairy's already going to be annihilated. So we can basically move that away. Only Farid runs Armaldo. There's going to be Laren, but that's not weak to Steel types. And then Ice types are also not really around as much. Like there are Water Ice types, but not Soul Ice types, right? I mean, Frostless isn't really around. What's up, Andrea? Carbink is dead. Carbink is so dead with this. But Metal Sound's given to a couple Pokemon. Not interesting. How playable is Aaron? Marta, do you have one of those? You built your Carbink yesterday. That is unfortunate. Okay, Aaron is kind of playable. This gets Metal Sound now. 1940 stat prog. Laren? Aaron is sick. It is sick for you. Laren a little bit bulkier. Doesn't need to be level 51. This is also a hidden gem. Well, it's not going to be as hidden, I think. But if you cover ground types really hard and fighting types for if they come back, like fairy types away, does mean that what's it called? Fighting types might have a little bit more play. But Body Slam Rock Tomb is a moveset. It is definitely something. I'm not gonna say it's the Body Slam is pretty bad right now, but you have a cheap charge stack. Just about Basti. Basti is great, but that it's not gonna be the sauce probably. But this might be Aggron for Mega Master League. Gets Metal Sound, has a little bit more diverse moveset. I think it's actually great for Mega Aggron. Hopefully Battle Frontier sees that. You send me a page with all the changes. Yeah, but I like this more. I just go through this list. Thank you, though. The thing, I just find the graphics usually deceiving. Because half the time it doesn't say a lot about the actual changes, right? It's passed around within our production team sometimes. Like, no, don't confuse people with this, because it doesn't actually give the hard information. Anyway, dummies, fully neglectable. This is a shadow and a ghost and grass type. Very fragile. Draft better in pretty much every way. Berserker is also really interesting because of its versatile moveset, but again, very fragile. I feel like this is a Pokemon you can make work. This is something I would bring to a local. I mean, I already did before. I don't think it'll be top tier, but it's very playable. Because close combat, Trailblaze, you also have Foul Play to get there in 5 fast attacks. With either Shadow Claw or Metal Sound, that paces on the same way. You have Player Off, but this is going to be useless. You might want... Yeah, I don't know. Is this the right moveset you want? You probably want Trailblaze, right? Foul Play is nice for pacing, but I don't think you would. It's super effective on a lot. And then you have Metal Sound, of course. Acid. Yeah, I think Acid, honestly, I'm not going to go too much into Acid, probably, because I think Acid will remain bad. Like, it's gonna take like a 3-step fast stack to be good. Acid. It's 3 damage per turn and 2.5 energy per turn right now. And it's gonna need a big buff. Like, I think even if it's 3.5, the problem is being competitive with Poison Sting. Poison Sting is by far the best fast stack right now. And behind that is Poison Jab, which is also not bad, right? So Acid can hardly compete with anything. No Rock Tomb nerf. There's no Rock Tomb nerf. Acid. What has Acid? Is there anything interesting here? Dragal's but wants Dragon Tail. Really? Okay. Unless Acid is a Shadow Claw clone. No, but it doesn't... Well, that could be maybe something. I don't know. That needs 1.5 extra energy per turn. One of the 8-hour drives involved testing me on move parameters because everyone is a massive nerd. But they ask you because you know those things, no? There goes Electros. Joe, yeah, but Poison Jab's still good on that, right? Yeah, Laxius are not allowed right now as well and play Pokemon 2. But I think we all... Like, the Moveset is also for GBO meant, probably. So I don't know if they're going to take that into account. Unless this will be very big, a big increase in energy. I don't really see Acid ever being better than Poison Jab or Poison Sting over Overdose. Not in this season, at least. Maybe like Astonish, if it like gets like 2 updates. What's up, Turbo? It is that time of the season again. It could be interesting for some of these. I'm not too convinced by Acid. But maybe I'm proven wrong. Revavroom is super fragile. Interesting typing. Double weak to ground, though. Are those the Metal Sound users? They are. Those are the Metal Sound users. So those are the Steel types. Yeah, those are the Steel types. Question, does Gligar one-shot a Laren? It does 84%. It doesn't one-shot. Yo, I mean, Laren just wins 2s here, doesn't it? You shoot the first dig, and you start Rock Tombing with Metal Sound. I don't think Gligar is making a return. Viable at most. Anything we want to go over here still? The Arbor Irish, I don't think this is significant enough for Melmetal. Maybe in some restricted formats to 2-shot some Pokemon. Doom Desire, great for the less accessible. Not that's gonna make a lot of change. Jirachi has an interesting moveset though, but doesn't get... it has Charge Beam and Confusion. It's gonna lack a little bit in fast attacks. Dazzling Gleam and Psychic is an interesting coverage, but walled by all the steel types. Crunch. Okay, I'm gonna get an ad in 1 minute. I cannot pause this one, unfortunately, anymore. Drapion hopefully dies. I really hope it dies. Drapion is the Pokemon I hate the most. It is too safe. It is too fast. The standard needs to be 12 fast, 12 turns, in my opinion, to get to a charge set quickly. Like what Sableye used to be. Sableye used to be in the early seasons one of the fastest Pokemon right now. And Drapion with 8 turns. Bro, please let it be a Ribbozo. I don't want to see Drapion come back. 8 turn Aqua Tail, too fast, man. Basically destruction to all fragile Pokemon. This is gonna be a little bit of collateral damage, but also not really. It's mostly Drapion that's use it, and some niche Pokemon around there that have it for coverage. It's not going to die, it's going to be a little bit less annoying. I hope it dies. I really hope it does. Alright, we have a 1 minute ad now. Gator with Crunch, I guess, a little bit nerfed. Ah, Greedent, yes. Gyarados. Guzzlord. Okay, those are gonna get hit a little bit by Crunch. But it's mostly Drapion. Mightyena. When can I start my yapping stream? Well, I was planning on streaming approximately an hour, so you can take over after that. Shadow Sharpedo has Crunch. Ah, excellent! It will get to a lot of those. You skip Crunch and play... But I think Crunch is vital on Drapion. I don't think you can miss out on it. Why does it not say that... Is it running an ad right now? Oh, there it is. 1 minute and a half. What do you think about Reggie? Ooh. Reggie Steel, I assume, right? Definitely something, because, yeah, it has that resistance into a lot of other Steel-type Pokemon, plus dealing back Focus Blast damage. So that's nice, for sure. And bugs. You might be onto something. Yeah, thank you for revealing that here. Fire types are still going to be around, though, so it's not like Registeel is entirely free, but also being able to tackle some water types is nice. Registeel might be a thing, yeah. I'm also curious to see if fighting types come back. With fairies a little bit out of the way, dragon type and fighting types might make a return as well. Wrap. What is Wrap currently? Not a lot of Pokemon. Dragonair is one of them. But Rap's gonna be 45 energy, I believe. It is 45 energy, right? Rap. 45 energy right now. And it will 100% drop the defense of the opposing Pokemon. Dragonair is very fragile. I don't think it will be very impactful for Dragonair. I mean, it probably will be the replacement attack for Body Slam, but I don't see Dragonair coming back anytime just yet. Servine is something. Don't know if you want to run it over Superior. Wait, does Tense Cruel not have it? Okay, so these are the Pokemon that have it currently. And then Wrap is given to Licky Tongue. This is the Pokemon that could use the most of this. Right? I don't know why Dummies gets buffed, because it's useless. This thing is bulky, can get to those charge stacks. Licky back. Oh no, I don't mind Licky being back. It's a very neutral Pokemon. Of course, I'm saying it as someone who likes Giratina, so maybe not. Rap's energy is 45. It is not a strong attack, but the thing is, Licky Tongue has the bulk to get to a lot of to many charge stacks. Yeah, Dragonair is affected, but I don't think it will be as significant of a change for Dragonair to have its return to the meta. Because it's too fragile to get to many charge stacks. Wrap and Body Slam. I think you want Power Whip still for coverage. Maybe for pace against like Fire-type Pokemon. But Power Whip's for water types, right? Licky Meta is a healthy meta. I think in this case, yes. I don't think it will be too overpowered. It can be a little bit degen. I think that's okay. Because if you power through a Pokemon with Licky Tongue in 2 shields, the opponent probably never has shield or Wrap. Guaranteed debuff increased Dragon Breath damage. Yeah, maybe like once, because you hardly ever get 2 attacks. Maybe regular Dragonair? Maybe regular. Maybe regular Dragonair. My law take, this will be for 6 formats. I don't think it will be a big change. Of course, you can run Surf and Wrap now instead of like Blizzard and Hyper Beam. Any moves that change still to go through. Parabolic Charge, before we go into the specific Pokemon with new moves themselves. Parabolic Charge, okay? These are the Pokemon with Parabolic Charge. And this is what Parabolic Charge is right now. A really weird attack. 50 energy, 70 damage, not a great charge stack, and 66% chance to buff itself is going to change to less energy, probably 45, so 5 Thunder Shocks, or 3 Volt Switch. And, or in Belly Bolt's case, 7 Sucker Punch for the first one, 6 for the second. Guaranteed chance to increase the use defense is pretty big. That's going to be a pretty good charge stack, probably. Because that's gonna change to 75. See, that's a 1.55 damage per energy. Not the worst, but it's 100% chance to debuff to buff its defense. I will not do that, Tomahawk. I will not be cosplaying a Belly Bolt. I do have the belly for it, but I will not be doing that. Belly Bolt is relatively bulky. Almost 2000 stat product as the rank 1. Thundershock, Zap Cannon, Discharge, Parabolic Charge. Not great. You can wall this with Crunch with guaranteed defense buff. No, it's Parabolic Charge. That's that. You put a ground type here, and it just kind of dies. But Sucker Punch. Wait, there's Water Gun too. Oh shit, yo, who's afraid of ground types, bro? You just run Water Gun. No, you have Sucker Punch. And Parabolic Charge, that's a pretty deadly combination. With Discharge, you have quick damage output. So that's nice. Wait, it can go for Ultra League? Oh, it can. Look at that. Level 21 there. Oh, shit. Okay. Guys, this... You might need to bring a Mud Slapper. You might need to bring a Mud Slapper for Ultra League every game. Because it will have the bulk to get to multiple Parabolic Charge and keep buffing its defense now. That is actually... that's actually going to be something. Yo, Joe Beast, thank you for the rate of 147. Welcome in. We're going over some moveset changes that have just been announced. I think I'm almost through the changes list, and we have some left of Pokemon that have gotten new attacks here. Hope you had a great stream. Gastro is a Mud Slapper. You can't bring Golok, because Golok dies to Sucker Punches, probably. Okay. Individual Pokemon. Golden Go. Power Gem. Don't know about it. For Master Premier, maybe. Might give some coverage for other attacks. For other Pokemon. Like Dragonite, maybe. It pays a little bit faster than Shadow Ball. And focuses as coverage attack. But this is very niche. Lunala, you might think is really insignificant. But it's really not that bad. It is actually quite bulky in Master League. Lunala. Versus Necrozma. Let's compare to Dawn, because they're the same typing. One of more stat products. Okay, well, Shadow Claw isn't on this yet. But it will get Shadow Claw, same type attack bonus, nice. Does lack a little bit in coverage, though. Or in pacing. Just like, sorry, Necrozma Dawn Wings does. So Necrozma has a 50 energy charge stack in Dark Pulse and Iron Head. And Lunala's cheapest is Shadow Ball with 55, or Psychic with 55. You probably run. You don't. Oh wait, you don't have Moongeist beyond this yet. Crazy, but well, yeah. I think it's nice to have. Maybe there's a Pokemon to get for if you're really into Master League. Not gonna be super impactful, but it will make it very viable for sure. Skeletor's Hex, still think Incinerate is much better, but gives us Ghost type coverage. Beedrill Poison Sting, guys, is a big one. This is big. Beedrill. Now, do keep in mind, this is against current meta. Not against what will be meta. Of course, if there's Steel types, they're still going to double resist Poison Sting, which doesn't help. But let's go into this. Let's make it 2s. I think the 2s were good. They were not good. The 1s? There was something good about this. Maybe I'm an idiot. Maybe not as good as I thought it was. Is it regular Beedrill then? I thought there was something with 37 wins and 10 losses, but maybe I'm silly. The 2 to zeros. Wait, now I'm on jab. Oh, you're right. Oops, I'm on jab now. Wasn't there something really good about this Pokemon? With Sting getting shielded. I thought this Pokemon was good. Huh. Maybe not so much. It's shut up. Shut up. Limited format. Yeah, I guess maybe not. Maybe it's not as good as I thought it was. Aw. No Mutlab resist, yeah. It's usable for sure. But maybe it's not as good. I didn't flip the wins and losses. No. I didn't. I know what I saw. I know what I saw. But I guess maybe not. I think, Jack, that you always make it Solgaleo. It beats Wigglytuff. Yeah, that is something. Surfetch with Fury Cutter is definitely interesting. It paces quicker, right? I have too much open. Surfetched. Does a Fury Cutter. Leaf Blade, Night Slash is great coverage. Maybe. It's very fragile though, and I still think Fury Cutter is low damage output, so maybe not so much. Counter might just be better coverage. I think Fighting type might have some more play though. Nidoqueen and Nidoking. Now, we're happy about Poison Sting and Poison Fang combination. But keep in mind what made Poison Fang Poison Jab so good, man, was because Poison Jab does more damage, while Poison Sting does not really add up as much. You need to one-shot things with this, and maybe then. Do you want Earthquake or Stone Edge? I don't know, actually. I don't even know you want to run this. This is entirely walled by grounds. Right? This is entirely walled by grounds. What was it, Sauce? Well, I thought Registeel earlier now was a really good call. You're definitely gonna need a Mud Slapper on every team though, really. To stop freaking Belleball as well, especially in Ultra League. Earth Power plus Stone Edge? Yeah, maybe. If you can one-shot things, this might be good. But if you cannot, it might still be too slow. That's the problem with Nidoqueen. And Poison Fang... your poisoning damage just doesn't really add up as much. You may as well run Nidorina if you go for Poison Sting, Poison Fang. How many turns for Stone Edge with Poison Sting? It is 7 for the first one, right? Yes, it's 7 for the first one, 14, and then all the rest are 13. 12, sorry. 14 and then 12. So, is it fast? It's not too slow. Poison Sting is not really adding up. It's not nice. But if you run the Poison Fang, you just run Nidorina. It's bulkier, I think. Right? Out of the ground type is gonna... It's only gonna help you into Bellibolt, I guess. Nidoking. You skipped Arbok? I for sure did. Arbok is kind of bad. Dark Pulse, Sludge Wave, mediocre bulk. I don't know about that. Nidoking with Poison Sting also has Earth Power. It has Mega Horn, Sludge Wave, Earthquake. Definitely less viable. If Sand Tomb ever becomes the same as Rock Tomb, ever, in some world, what the fuck is Charles doing here? What are you doing here, Charles? Since when do you look into this content? You don't watch when I play RuneScape, you only watch when I play Pokemon Go. You misclicked. I believe you. I believe you. Are we going Yama today, Charles? Or are you fucking stuck at work again? Nidoking, I don't think that great. But these toxic Pokemon are definitely great for someone like Charles. You're working, yeah. Working doing bandos, right? Tentacruel, guys, is something in Great League. I don't know if it will be that great in Great League. Of course, you cover Fairy types plus Diggersby, which is pretty nice. You pace faster. You beat Diggersby now with Poisting. And I think Diggersby is still a decent Pokemon new meta as well. Maybe not as good as it is now, but I think you run Slush Wave or Blizzards. But you win. I look great today. Yeah, I just roll out of bed. That's not true. I did Apples Design Colosseum today. Now, guys, Great League Tentacruel, okay, decent. Don't know if it'll be great. Definitely good jump love nerf. We like to see that. This, guys, this is where Tentacruel will be no fun. Hello. Okay, there we go. There's a lot of stats, guys. It has to say, it is... You need a Mudslapper in Ultra League, okay? If Belly Bolt was not scared enough yet with Sucker Punch and Parabolic Charge that keeps buffing its defense, Tentacruel is just as obnoxious going for Scald, or Blizzards, Sludge Wave, having the bulk for it. You need this Pokemon. You need this Pokemon right here. Donphan, is that for Ultra League? Bring Donphan. Bring Ground. You need Ground types, man. Well, what Donphan's... Does it just lose zeros here? Loses zeros. Not a Donphan moment. It doesn't have Earth Power. That's Earthquake. Zygarde. Well, actually, this was with... my bad. Let's check again. Okay. Donphan with zeros. Okay, hold up. Zygarde. Andrea hates Gastro, loves Zygarde though, and I do not feel sorry for Zygarde. Get fucked. Get absolutely fucked. Goodbye, Zygarde. I'm not saying this is the end of Zygarde. It definitely has impact though. Definitely has impact. Rip Bozo. That's with Bates? Yes, that was with Bates, but you still win straight Blizzard. What if you have Bulldoze? Okay. Zygarde was already... But didn't most Ultra League Lappers run Skull Bash, though? I think you ran mostly Skull Bash. It was just me. Toxicroak will have another addition to a fast attack. I don't think it still is not enough. Maybe in a fragile meta where Dynamic Punch can one-shot things, you might run around Poison to get there as fast as possible. But I don't know. It has like counter, Mud Shot, Poison Jab, Poison Sting now. All are viable, but I don't think it'll be enough to make Toxicroak great. I've think on, I doubt they'll ever touch Bulldoze again. Yeah, for sure. They figured out Skull Bash was bad, really. If you hate Zygarde, yeah, Ice Beam is definitely the way on Lapras. Is this Furry talking again? It's not. Scolipede with Poison is entirely walled by Steel-type Pokemon, so don't know about that. Has Bug. Oh, you have Gyroball as coverage. Great. Still entirely walled. Raichu and Alolan Raichu with Surf. Great for niche metas, but like Trailblaze, Wild Charge, Thunder Punch are all still better. Celio is a nice change. I don't know if it'll be relevant, because of course you have Lapras to annihilate this Pokemon. Lapras annihilates all water ice types that are not Lapras. Probably, unless it's one with counter or rollout or something. I don't know. It's definitely an improvement of Water Pulse. So it's nice. Surf is a fitting name because the ship has Sil. It has for Celio. With Lapras and like makes all water ice type Pokemon miserable. So that's what Sour Lapras did. Like a water ice type Pokemon needs to be extremely good right now to be viable. Like a Dugong, that's viable. We just went over these. Pommeled, yeah, this was kind of... Honestly, This was kind of to be expected, right? Because it's currently a spark. It's shit. A very bad stat product, though. As Brick Break, as Legacy Attack, which I don't know if you want as a bait attack, I guess. But what are you going to drop? Close Combat or Wild Charge? I don't know. It has like really good nuke moves, but I don't know. For open team sheets, this Pokemon might be not the way. Yeah, I went over those early on, though, yeah. A little bug type Pokemon. That will be good. It should get upper hand. Upper hand could be good. Upper hand plus Wild Charge, maybe? Upper hand's not a one-hit KO attack, though, so... And that's kind of what Pommel needs with his stat products. It's not gonna live for very long. Guys. Is this top 12 at NAIC? I think it is. Galarian Moltres with Fly. Beautiful. Just what it needed. You have Ancient Power right now as cheapest charge stack. That's gonna be Fly. I don't know what you want as second charge stack, though. I think Brave Bird is still better. Because even Resisted will still do a lot of damage. But I can see Fly plus Payback also being something. I think you run double Flying. I think so. Like Talon, yeah. Yeah, probably like Talon. Yeah, Malamar's dead. Malamar's dead. With Bug, Bite being better, Fury Cutter being better, this being better, it's dead. And especially because Fairy types are going to have such a hard time. It's going to be so difficult to wall Galarian Moltres. Maybe you need Bastiodon. Maybe. Don't you need Ancient Power for coverage? What coverage? It's too slow. Plus, it doesn't do a lot of damage. Like, you probably kill Talon with a Fly as well, almost. This Pokemon's gonna be great. Top 12. Maybe more a bold call, depending on how many people have a Galarian Moltres. If everyone at NASC has a Galarian Moltres, top 6. Okay? Top 6. My call. And even better, it's not that accessible. Right? You have to do a lot of adventure incense. Maybe throw a Master Ball. You have to be really lucky for good IVs. Ugh. At least there's a paid research ticket, I guess, but you're gonna get 3-star, like 10, 10, 10 plus IVs. So that's the thing. This will be my next pick, maybe for Great League. I have a Great League Lugia with Fly Aeroblast. Great. I don't know about that. I'm not gonna commit to that right now, but we'll see. Galarian Moltres, top 6. You feel like this all an Azu buff? No, but dude. First off, Tentacruel, okay. Tentacruel. But also Steals. What? Bug, okay. I mean, Azuma's not even great into Bug already. Most Bug types. But Steel buff, Poison, Tentacruel, some Bug type. Like Shadow Claw and Fury Cutter might do the same damage now from Pot. Meaning that Pot might win 2s now. With Fury Cutter. Good propaganda, okay, bro. I mean, yes, fire types are definitely being checked by Azumarill somewhat. Arcanine probably beats Az. Didn't it already do that? Corviknight meta. It's always been a Corviknight meta. Corviknight is a great Pokemon. I like that call, though. Corviknight might be a good call. There's not a lot there. Well, no, listen. Corviknight gets annihilated by Galarian Moltres, though. Like, this is not a fun match as Corviknight. This is not a fun match for Corviknight, dude. It's actually closer than I thought. Okay. It's actually closer than I thought. But it's still not a match you want to be in. What if you have Fly and Payback? Okay. But Ultra League. I want to see Ultra League. I think here you want to run Payback, maybe. Because you don't one-shot things with Brave Bird. Okay, a little bit better. Tinkaton destroys Moltres. Yeah, but Tinkaton, I think Tinkaton's out. With Steel being buffed. And Fire is also going to be around. I think Tinkaton. And Mud Slap, of course. Mud Slap's also a thing. I think Tinkaton's out. I don't think you want to run Tinkaton new meta. Unless you're really afraid of this, maybe. If it's just top 6 mana and you're like, I want to cover this with a fairy, maybe Tinkaton's your option, maybe Azumo's your option. Azumo's not that great of a counter to this as well, by the way, so whatever. I find this one super exciting, by the way. Metang. How about Galarian Articuno? No. Psycho Cut's really bad on it. And Galarian and Zapdos also a little bit slow with counter. But Metang is fun. This has good bulk, and Psy Shock is a great charge stack right now. Psy Shock. 1.75 damage per energy for 40 energy charge stack. That is insane. That is great. That is sick, as Farid would say. I don't have a Metang. Oh wait, I have a rank 5 to build. I have a rank 5 to build. No panic, no panic. No panic. I have a rank 5. Metang is gonna be so good. The problem is though, it's coverage attacks, because it has Gyro Ball, Psychic, Psy Shock. You probably want to return or Gyro Ball as coverage. And Gyro Ball, not a great charge stack. Really bad charge stack. Even worse than Iron Head. Yeah. So that's the only thing that's gonna hold it back. Fury Cutter helps a little bit into dark type Pokemon. But I like this one. I hope we see some of this. It's like viable like Laren is, right? Have I talked about Master League Lugia? I've not talked about Master League Lugia. I don't know if that will be as interesting in current meta with Steel and with Necrozma is very dominant. Maybe with Kyurem's around? It's definitely more helpful than Sky Attack. I don't know if it will be impactful. I don't know. I like this is the most one of the birds with Fly. Is let me see, is Farid live? I gotta. Am I the only one live? That's why you're all here. You've no one better to watch. Ha! I'll go live. Yeah, I'll go live on Twitch. No, I'm kind of done for today. I don't think Galarian Articuno is it, man, with Fly. This Pokemon's fragile. It's like no fast attack pressure. Oh, Articuno. Teach me how to multi-stream? It's easy, dude. You just search for a plugin. Player 21 sets. I think I have like 10. And I'm at 1000 elo. I'm not gonna play, dude. I don't give a shit. I know, dude. I was in voice with Ross yesterday. He was like, yeah, I do my 20 sets every day. I'm like, bro. And then Tristan in Tom's stream says 20 sets a day still. I mean, you don't have to do all of them. You don't have to. You just go insane, man. I remember GBL day with 20 sets, and I felt like I had to do all of them. Imagine that every day, dude. That was exhausting. Guys, don't do sets if you don't want to. That's okay. This is a joke, by the way, because Bullet Punch is going to be a Sucker Punch clone. So why do you want non-step Fury Cutter on this? Cleaver, also not a great Pokemon. Hard to get as well. I think you need to trade. Actually, maybe we got one at a level 15 for from research somewhere. That's 4 times. So what? You don't have to. It doesn't matter. You can get. You have all the time in the world to get dust if you want. And also, we get dust when the season ends again. I think new meta's Nidoqueen. I don't think so. Maybe Nidoqueen can defeat Galarian Moltres with Poison Sting and Stone Edge. Maybe there's play for it. I don't know if it'll be top meta. Like, it needs to one-shot things to be really good. We're gonna rate Tom the Hawk as soon as he's live. He loves yapping about this much more than I do. Malamar's Malamar's over, dude. It's over for Malamar. It is so over. Because like Bug is better, Steel's better, but also Galarian Moltres is a big one. Fighting cards might be necessary if Steels are gonna take over a little bit too much though. Ninetales, of course, might be a really good fire type Pokemon, but still kind of walled by. You know what? I can't sim that because I don't know how to change that with. How close is that right now? Is there a fire type clone right now? There isn't, right? I just wonder if this gets like close, like maybe. Oh, he does do 46%. Maybe if Embers add up enough that Ninetales can take on Talonflame. Maybe not, though. You need Psy Shock for that. Ledian. Yeah, but Vespiquen was also interesting. Charizard with Ember, yeah, that was one of them, but I don't think Charizard makes a return just yet. How much of an Ember buff? I think it will be a Poison Jab clone. A Poison Jab clone. So this is what it is right now. And it will probably be this. But yeah, Ledian was interesting. I think Vespiquen is also interesting. Right, because that's Power Gem to counter the other bug type. Top 5 improved Pokemon. I'm gonna go with Galarian, Moltres, Scizor, Laren. Was there another one that I really liked? I think Lickitung might be playable. Maybe not great, though. Matang, definitely more playable now. Those for sure. I haven't decided on the rest yet. Araquanid is definitely one good I spot or some. We'll see. We're gonna rate Tom the Hawk. There will be an ad again. And that'll be it for me today. He will go on with the yapping. Thank you everyone for being here. Hope you're excited for the new season. And make sure to watch Bloy and NAIC this weekend, by the way. It will be very fun. Malamar's last chance to do something at a regional. And then it's going to be over for Malamar and NAIC. And this will also be the Meta for Worlds, probably. Unless there's going to be community days and stuff. See you later, everyone. Bye-bye.